Hi, and I'm what you commonly call a biker because I have a motorcycle. But today I want to become a drifter because I have a drift car. The problem is I drift like I ride a motorcycle. I don't know how to do it. If you stumbled upon this video completely by chance, first of all, welcome. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Anthony Perrier, that's written below the video. And who am I? Well, listen man, I work on some pretty weird, pretty surprising car projects, things you don't usually see. And in this case, I thought, listen man, you've never done drifting. Do some drifting. So, I'm building this. It's a Mercedes C250 TD202 generation wagon, of course, because I don't like doing things like everyone else. And it's a diesel, but not just any diesel, a 5-cylinder turbo diesel.
Way above the clouds, that's my plane. Working, man, that's my name. Things I understand, that's my pain. John up the set, yo, that's my game. Me and them, yo, we're not the same. Mountain baby, I can't be tamed. Lifestyle mentor, riding waves. I'll Rooney up them bars at Wayne. I come to two.
You almost certainly recognize this engine. It's the Mercedes OM 605, the best inline 5-cylinder of all time. Diesel, the best 5-cylinder diesel of all time. And if you like this kind of engine, by the way, I invite you to check out what's up there just above. That's my Peugeot 505 that I'm swapping with an OM 606. It's the same deal with one more cylinder, and I want to get 700 horsepower out of it. An almost unlimited budget for a jackoff like me. Not bad. So yes, originally this engine makes 150 horsepower, which is really not bad. But here to really do some track driving, have fun, and not lack power, there are a couple of things that have been modified. In the previous segment, we installed a max pinning rods turbo with help from my friend Klein Knoll. I'll link his Instagram in the description if you want to reach out to him. And of course, on top of that, we put in an ECU that was mapped by Sean Tracy, who's based in the Netherlands. And normally, we should get between 250 and 300 horsepower just with these mods, which makes me really happy. Well, also, Clayton and I had a little fun. We made a little stack-style exhaust outlet with a little teardrop, you know, shaped like a drop of water. That's really cool. But the problem is, on a track, that'll never work. It's way too loud. So basically, the goal now is to make the car driftable on the track, since I've already booked a date to go drifting in the south at the Castellet circuit, so on a wet track. I think for learning, it's going to be really good. And if you're wondering, yes, the rear differential is welded. I think that's really the only real modification you need to make to go
Start learning to drift on a cheap little Mercedes.
So anyway, you must be wondering, Anthony, what's missing to make this car a perfect drift car? Well, honestly, not much. We could maybe even go like this directly, but I still want to do a little fine-tuning on the car. First, it's missing some horsepower. Sean Tracy gave me an ECU that's rated for between 250 and 300 horsepower, which is about 1.5 to 1.6 bar of turbo pressure. And for now, the car is limited to 1.1 bar, which is already very good. It already runs really strong. The car almost drifts by itself. So yeah, we're going to increase the turbo pressure by about 500 grams just to get a little more horsepower. First, we're going to install a hydraulic handbrake, because when you talk about a drift car, you need a hydraulic handbrake. As for the hydraulic handbrake, I have to admit I didn't bother too much, and I just went with our favorite French tuning supplier, Drift Shop. Now, just to be clear, this isn't sponsored. I paid for this with my own money like a real customer, but I think for the price, it's not that bad. I mean, this hydraulic handbrake kit, I paid 50 euros for it with the 0.75 master cylinder. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. I've never done this before, so we'll discover it together, and I'm excited. They also sell the hydraulic handbrake for around 100 euros, which is pretty cool. The inlet line, the outlet line, which will allow us to directly bypass the original lines to connect to our hydraulic handbrake. So the hydraulic handbrake, I don't think it's a must-have for drifting on a wet track, but I think it can be a nice bonus, and let's be honest, it's really cool. Having a hydraulic handbrake in a car.
Basically, once I'm inside my Mercedes, I'd like to make...
I chose this small hydraulic handbrake to keep it discreet. Some models are huge, like 75 million centimeters tall. This one is about 30. You see, it's really not big at all. The problem is, I don't know where to put this thing so that it's discreet, you know? If I wanted something obvious, I'd just cut up the annoying plastics with a jigsaw, add 4 wood screws, and be done like everyone else.
Wow, pop.
But I'd like it to stay discreet, so I came up with a few ideas. Tell me what you think.
No need to get your keyboard ready to comment on what's coming next, because a YouTube comment wouldn't be enough to describe what you're about to see. Even I, who am just a humble and respectable voiceover, couldn't handle it. Help.
Friends, I'm going to interrupt this little video because I've received a lot of comments about Anthony. Which drift car should I choose to start with? Well, first of all, I have no idea. I'm not a professional drifter. And second, the only advice I can give you is 1. Get a rear-wheel drive car, and 2. Make sure it has at least some power. I think that'll really help with getting back on the throttle exiting corners and maintaining the drift through turns. The longer the corners are, the more you need to keep your speed throughout. So obviously, a car with at least some horsepower will be best. In this case, this C-Class here with its 150 horsepower, I think that's enough to start with, but a bit more horsepower I think wouldn't hurt. Anyway, all that to say that before getting the C-Class, I had a few ideas. Rear-wheel drive, a fairly long car, and a bit of power. Listen, so I found a little ad that was pretty nice for a Mercedes S-Class. And actually, when you zoom in on the trunk of the S-Class, you realize that here, there's a 600 SEL badge. So this is an S-Class W140 and 600 SEL, and well, that simply means that here you've got a very interesting little engine. I don't know if you can see it here. It's a 6-liter V12 engine, and you should know that. So, I'm showing you the car vertical report because I came across a little ad, the ad for this exact Mercedes. And I thought this could be extremely nice and really unique, right? What do you think? So, as we can see in these photos, it's an American car, a car that was in the United States its whole life, and somehow ended up in France by some kind of magic. So, in the photos from the ad, it's actually pretty interesting, it's pretty nice, and above all, it has very low mileage. It only has 100,000 miles, which is about 170,000 kilometers or so. The problem is, when you go on Car Vertical and look at some of the photos taken before, here you realize that it had 180,000 miles 2 years earlier. And when you start looking at the mileage report on Car Vertical, you realize that the car's mileage goes up, goes up, goes up in a completely normal way. By 2017 it lost 60,000 kilometers, and by 2023 it lost almost 100,000. And honestly, I'm not lying. For a car that's 8, 9, 10,000 euros, well, I just don't want that. Especially a V12, which must be extremely expensive to maintain. I really don't want to buy a car that has over 400,000 kilometers, you know what I mean? I'm not interested. On the other hand, we can still see from the Car Vertical report that the car has actually had quite a few nice repairs. Here you see there's a bit of rust, the bumper doesn't look good, the hood is ugly. Well, believe it or not, a few years later, there's absolutely nothing left and the car is spotless. So, there are pros and cons, but in this case, the Car Vertical report really helped me a lot. So if you're interested, don't hesitate to use the code PDLV, which will give you 20% off your next Car Vertical report. Back to the car, we still need to finish some work before the drift day. Hey, it's been a few days. I lost patience with this hydraulic handbrake, but it's installed now. I'll show you. Honestly, it's not that bad. No, honestly, it's not that bad. By the way, I have a little game for you. Can you spot the hydraulic handbrake in the car? Okay, that's how you get more watch time on YouTube, but yeah, I'm sure you saw it since it's right here, and honestly, I think it's really not bad at all, and super discreet. However, I actually didn't film the installation of the hydraulic handbrake at all because it really got on my nerves, and I'll show you why.
First of all, I think you can understand from the majestic amount of tools
Present here that, yeah, it was a bit more of a hassle than expected, but look, the integration is actually not that bad. Basically, what I did was cut out this divider in the armrest. I removed the storage compartment that was there. You see here, there was a wooden storage compartment like this that was perfectly integrated. I wanted to keep that, but if I put the handbrake here and kept it out of the armrest, it's honestly right under your elbow while driving, which is pretty good. Maybe I'll make a slightly longer handle just to make it easier to grab. But basically that's it. I broke the partition there, and now inside the armrest you have access to the master cylinder here. The real problem is going to be here, because actually if you want, here there was carpet, so I cut it. It looks really ugly, and I thought, well, I'm not going to bother with it. Now I have a riv nut tool, you know, the one I used to attach the body kit, so it's going to be pretty easy. I'll drill here, here, and I'll put in some inserts. Insert. This one, I drilled it well, you can see it. This one, well, there's no insert because I just couldn't manage to put one in. So for now, we're 1 out of 2. Here, the insert doesn't line up at all. I gave up, but at least the 4th screw is fine. So out of 4 mounting points, only 2 are usable. And it's just inserts that are quickly crimped into the car's sheet metal, which isn't structural at all, so it's not strong at all. So I hope it'll hold. But I'm really not convinced. Well, now that you've seen the installation, I think we can all agree it's a crappy setup. I'm not proud of it, but at least it's there. Now, I really don't want to read 800 comments from guys telling me, dude, your handbrake setup really sucks. We've seen it, we know. So the first one, that's it, I'm fed up. The first one who comments, your handbrake setup is crap. I swear on anything you want that I'll leave the garage, find out where you live, come to your place, and ask you to delete the comment. Anyway, now that that's done, I can take care of the hydraulic connections actually, to connect my ABS unit to my hydraulic handbrake. Damn. Delete it, asshole. There you go. Alright, now that everyone understands that the topic of installing and mounting the handbrake in the car was absolutely not up for discussion in the comments, let's talk about what's next. So, next up are the hydraulic connections for the handbrake. And this is where it starts to get cool because, well, it's almost functional. For our setup, in the end, it's not that... Yeah, I changed my pants, I thought I was done, but actually the shots I'm doing now, I messed them up, so I'm redoing them with different pants because I thought I was going home. But no. It's going to be pretty easy, since we actually have an ABS unit on our car, and if you don't know how it works, well, come closer and I'll explain it to you. Basically, here on the car, we have a brake fluid reservoir. Coming out of this reservoir, we have a master cylinder, which has two outlets. And basically, the master cylinder is what allows you to convert the pressure you apply with your foot on the brake pedal into pressure in your car's braking system in the end. Then, for everything like motorcycles, scooters, airplanes, buses, it's the same, it works the same way, master cylinder, pressure, brake. Airplanes, I don't really know, honestly. But generally, that's how it often works. And then, coming out of that master cylinder, you have at least two brake lines, at least on a car, that go to the front wheels and the rear wheels. That's exactly the case for us on this Mercedes, because right after that, we have an ABS unit that takes care of distributing the braking between the left and right wheels and the front and rear wheels. But basically, for us, coming out of the master cylinder, we have a hose that goes from here to feed the rear brakes. And then, once it goes through the workings of the ABS unit, it comes out of the ABS unit and goes to the rear with a single hose where it's split into two parts, left and right. For the front, it's a little different. We have a hose that starts here from our master cylinder, which comes here to the ABS unit, and then through the ABS unit, it's distributed left and right. To make things a bit easier for ourselves and so you can understand better, we're going to put the windshield washer reservoir right here, and then I'll show you how it works. You got it. Right here under our reservoir is the master cylinder. From this master cylinder, this large hose is our rear brake line, which is what we need for installing our hydraulic handbrake. So, for us, the principle is very simple. We're going to remove the hose that supplies brake fluid to the rear wheels and replace it with our flexible hoses that start here, go into the cabin to our hydraulic handbrake, then go from the handbrake back in here. This clever setup allows us to keep the ABS on the car while still having a hydraulic handbrake. Basically, how does it work? Well, we're going to bypass the ABS unit to either completely cut off or actually completely apply pressure to our rear brakes without affecting the front brakes. It's really cool. I just hope that the original calipers from the C250 C250 TD will be enough to completely lock the wheels, because originally the handbrake doesn't use the pads, calipers or discs, but rather a drum system inside the discs. That was concise. I hope you took notes since I won't repeat it.
Hello everyone. Happy New Year, Clayton. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you for being here.
Today is January 1st. The car will be on the track on January 4th, so in 3 days, and there's no exhaust. There's no exhaust, and I just got the briefing from DriftnFun, which clearly says, be careful, if you're running full straight pipe, you won't even be allowed in. So, well, I had to do a bit of shopping, and honestly, Clayton, huge thanks for being there for me. It's really awesome. So, basically, Clayton has already made quite a few exhaust lines for the C250 TD, mainly because he owns one, he made another one, and now this will be the third. So, I think it's going to be pretty good. He told me in advance what I needed to order. Here we have 6 90-degree elbows. Well, that's for the future valve, because honestly, I really like the RS3 sound with a straight pipe. It's really fun. And a muffler, well, it's really not big. I don't think it's going to be very useful, but oh well. At least it's there. The exhaust isn't a straight pipe. We still need to decide if we'll place it in the middle or at the end. We'll figure it out. Obviously a flex pipe, a V-band for, well, the downpipe. No, the downpipe already has the V-band. This one is for further down.
You're working on the downpipe and the rest of the exhaust line.
Exactly, thank you. So there you go. It's not going to be too bad. All of this comes from Drift Shop, Amazon, a bit of everything. So there you go. TIG, Argon, Welder. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow nothing to start for you. That's right.
For the record,
Going all the way, for the record. Ain't trying to link no China ways. Stop calling for the record. Ain't trying to link no China ways. Record. Yo, Clayton, for the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I got to up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6R to hate.
I won't get involved today.
Got lost in the ball and ace. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the off record. I still count wins when they got it off record. I let them take advantage. I was wilding off record. Deals. Tell them. Talk to Colin for the quote. Off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the onion blooming. Said it less impressive since I'm coming to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I completed yet.
Almost a whole day has just gone by. You saw? I haven't stopped filming, and Klein hasn't stopped working. I think we can really be very happy. Do you have anything to say or not? No.
That's,
You're fed up with it?
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, no kidding. A lot of work has been done here, really. Basically, the exhaust system is almost finished now. It actually goes all the way to the back of the car, basically. Here we have the downpipe. So what's the downpipe? Well, it's what comes out of the turbo a bit higher up over there. So it's V-band, elbow pipe, flex pipe, elbow V-band. Why the flex? Well, to keep a bit of,
For flexibility.
The engine?
Is going to move in all directions. The engine mounts are probably pretty worn out too with the mileage that's on there.
Probably, yes, yeah.
There you go. You have to account for that, plus thermal expansion.
Yeah, that's true.
And anyway, with all the vibrations, you're going to do clutch kicks, things like that. It's going to move in every direction.
So there needs to be a little bit of movement. It needs some give. Exactly, that's it. Then we go with a straight pipe. And yeah, damn, I didn't show this, but Clayton here made us a really nice bracket that attaches to the original part. Except this one is stainless steel. It's all perfect. That's a little stylish detail, honestly.
If I make more, I'll get them laser cut.
You can tell the guy is kind of a pro. Then, well, elbow pipe, muffler. It's a slip-on muffler, not a weld-on. It's a bit of a shame, but it'll do the job. For those who want the brand, it's a Simon's. I didn't mention it, but we're using 63.5 mm full stainless steel. Because, well, it's the best, it lasts the longest over time, and it's the strongest.
Stainless steel gives a better sound.
Yeah, when it heats up, it sounds different from the others. I don't know why.
I've never understood why, but yeah.
Seems the material's resonance isn't the same.
See, there you go.
The Imaginoir. Then, we go straight, a little bend, hop, we straighten it out. And here, it's pretty cool because we're far from the fuel tank here. That brings us here, between the differential flex joint and, well, the chassis. And here we go between the axle and the rear suspension arm, right there. It goes back up with a bend. We have the two mounts that fit directly into the original bushings. Seriously, it's a great job, I swear.
I'm happy.
It's really cool. And here the outlet, so don't worry, we're not going to leave it like this. I know it's too high, but that's normal. It's to put a little tension on the line while we weld the mounts. And then we'll do something a bit nicer. I'd like to use a nice little shotgun setup. Typically a shotgun uses 2 elbows. I might have some elbows there for...
We could explain them. I'm coming.
But yeah, the idea is, you see, it's a car that's inspired by Polish drifting, and when I was in Poland at Ultrace, it's something that was really popular. Yeah, they do the same thing, the same bends.
Plus 60, well, there you go. Let's go. There's some light.
Look at this Space Ranger, damn, but honestly, you guys were really funny in the comments. The number of jokes there were, man, it was crazy.
The other guy, he talked about PTA. It's pété acid fart.
It's in France? Some people are jerks, but it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. It's going to be killer. For the shotgun, use both elbows like this, but end to end is too far and gross.
Yeah, it doesn't work, so...
You need to cut into the radius and make them as short as possible.
Here, you can already see, you have to imagine that this one is next to that one. There you go.
That's it. You're going to cut both close to this. You'll weld your tubes before and after, then you weld them together. And once they're welded together, where it's end to end, you'll test fit your tube, mark it, cut it, and weld your tube onto it.
Except that we don't have any more 90-degree elbows. In 63.5, yeah, that's 60. So, well, we're going to use this crap that's been lying around my workshop for 18 years that I don't know what to do with. So obviously you might have recognized the shape. It comes from a 206 RC. So, well, we've got the base, recycling. Exactly, it's recycling.
It's eco-friendly here.
But we've got the basics. And that's pretty cool because it will allow us to do a bit of DIY. So here we can see that the two tubes are quite far apart. But I think with a bit of tinkering...
If you have 60mm tubes, we can use 2 60mm outlets because here you see...
No, because it has to be as oversized as possible. If we had 70 enemies, we would have done 2 70mm outlets, man.
I would have liked that.
Yes.
Might as well. Bibok has some 76mm pipe at home.
After that, you need a reducer there.
If he has 2 bends in the 76, because after that you see, yeah.
But after that, I don't think it will fit through the bumper. Afterwards, because
As long as you weld the two together, right here, since you're going to make a junction here, it doesn't matter. It's fine either way.
the inlet.
So, if we connect some 60 bends onto 63.5 or some 76 bends,
And then we put our 63.5 outlet behind.
or in 60, you'll gain your extra 3 on each side. Yeah, maybe we could do something with that.
It'll definitely be cleaner than this. It's just the only thing I have in 63 worst case. We make the Y in 60. It won't restrict gases, so it's fine. If you're up for it, we can do that.
I think we're going to go with that.
Let's go, yeah?
I think we're going to do that.
May I have your attention, please? This is the official voiceover speaking. I have to tell you, after so many lively sequences, that Anthony forgot to make an intro for the second day of installing the exhaust line by Clayton the American. He shoots slow motion shots of his beloved dog, but can't remember to film the most important sequences. So, we're going back to a cinematic that jumps from day 1 to day 2 without any transition. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Man, it's moving forward now, yeah.
So, the downpipe,
It's welded.
all welded and good. You have your flex pipe.
Look at that, the little beads. That's not semi-auto done by that other Anthony, huh? Now that's starting to look nice. So, the purists, by now they've already thought to themselves, yes, the welds are gray. Why?
We're in a tough spot and we don't have double regulator argon, so we're using argon CO2 mix.
So-
CO2 is considered an active gas in this case, and well, it still works. People think it doesn't work.
It works, you know?
It makes gray welds, but not rough ones.
And actually, to explain a little bit, jump in if I'm wrong. Basically, we weld with gas. Like in there, actually, you see the pointy thing, that's a tungsten electrode, and around the tungsten electrode, you have like gas coming out, and when you weld like that with TIG, the gas is argon, only argon.
Exactly.
That's what penetrates and protects the weld from inside. It's the same with MIG welding.
It goes on top instead.
It sits above the weld, since the inside.
That's what we send into the tube.
Yes, that's true, that's true, that's true. Whereas with MIG welding, it's argon and CO2, it's a mixture. And on top of that, when you're making an exhaust system or a tube, because even in your job in industry, it's the same, you have to purge.
Yeah, exactly.
And to purge, well, actually, you see, with another bottle, it can be the same bottle, but for us, well, it's another bottle. We let gas into our tube to
Remove the oxygen inside.
That's it, exactly.
Oxygen combined with heat causes oxidation, making things rot, turn black and brittle, which weakens them and makes them unsuitable for welding. And so your weld pool and the color, it turns a bit gray. So here, since we're using argon CO2, that's why it's a bit gray. If it were pure argon, there would be more colors. It would be like the welds on Instagram where it's purple, red, green, blue, whatever you want.
Yeah, the goal here wasn't to make the best looking exhaust system in the world. I mean, it's still going to look nice, that's for sure, 100%, but the goal is to make something solid. Yeah, something that's going to last over time.
It's doomed from the start because of your flex pipe.
Your flex section?
It's made of steel.
Yeah, so this isn't great. I bought this thinking it was stainless steel, but after testing with a magnet, it isn't 100% stainless steel. It could be an alloy. But here it's just steel, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe there was a mistake with the order.
No, I hope so for their sake. Anyway, you can weld steel to stainless steel.
Yes.
A 309 rod is what's called a dissimilar metal filler.
Instead it's 304.
Yeah, exactly, or 316. But anyway, you can weld steel and stainless with 316 or 304 too.
Honestly, everything can be welded.
Everything can be welded, yeah, but
You can weld anything to anything. It won't necessarily be good or pretty or strong, but you can. Well, that's done. I'm very happy. Now what's left? All of this. All of this. So now this is going to take quite a while. By the way, the shotgun is finished. That's pretty cool. So here we have one weld. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is going to be annoying. 11, which is going to be annoying. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
we have to do it tonight. Yeah, yeah.
That would be good since tomorrow is Friday. It's late now, almost 8 p.m. I think. I still have to finish some adjustments on this car tomorrow. I'd like to give it a nicer alignment, drive the car a bit, see if there are any reliability issues, check for any leaks. While we were off, not filming, what did I do? I installed a little boost controller here so I can adjust the pressure. I installed an air filter and I planned ahead. I'm going to make a kind of small catch can so the car doesn't leak on the track. Inside, we still need to finish the hydraulic handbrake, but it's not a big deal if it's not done. We'll also need to install the door panels and handle a few other small tasks. Right now, welding is the main focus because it's most important. It's the next day. Clayton left yesterday, since today is the day after yesterday. And it turns out we worked extremely well. He welded the exhaust, the end of the exhaust, in less than an hour. So, all the welds, the 18 welds that had to be done on the exhaust, he did them in 50 minutes. And that's pretty crazy, I have to say. So, the problem that happened last night while filming the sequence was that, actually I filmed in slow motion. That's why in the previous sequence you see those cinematic shots of Clayton and me setting up the exhaust, because I hadn't switched back to normal video mode. So you won't get all the nice explanations. That's it. All I can tell you is that everything is perfectly welded. Here we have the big Simon's muffler. In the end, I started the car. You'll see, it's not that bad. I was expecting it to be a lot louder. This muffler, at least on a diesel in 63 or 63.5, really reduces noise. Then it goes tack, 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 and comes back up here. It's wonderful. Honestly, I never thought I'd have a drift car, let alone one for $1,000 with an exhaust like this. Because like we were saying with Clayton, actually, an exhaust like this, at customer price, you know, for a full exhaust or even just a meter of piping, yeah, you're easily over €1,000, I think. And that's not even counting the muffler. Just for the piping alone, I must be at around €200 for the pipes, counting the straight 63.5 tubing, the 6-meter length. And the 6 bands, you add the V bands, the muffler, the small 12mm rods to make the mounts. There, you're close to €350, something like that. You add the gas, maybe €200 for the gas, plus labor, and you very quickly reach €1,000. Knowing that here, we've really made the most basic exhaust setup possible. There's no valve, I didn't use it, well, in terms of space. You see, like I tried to explain yesterday. The big problem with this valve is that it's really gigantic. And so, well, originally, you see, we had to put the muffler further away and the valve here. But the problem is that, well, yeah, you see, given the size of the thing, you really can't do anything with it. It's really huge. It's almost the size of the muffler. It's even wider than the muffler. So yeah, that's out of the question, unfortunately. I should have gotten a pneumatic one exactly like the one we put on the 406. It's true that it takes up a lot less space and we just need to pull a vacuum from the intake manifold, which on a diesel is super easy because there are plenty of little nipples for the control valves, the gadgets, the stuff, you have tons of them. All that to say the exhaust is done. Now we'll lower the car to show you how it looks from the outside. After that, we'll add the finishing touches for track day. I'm not sure my hydraulic fitting will arrive in time, so we'll likely do the track day without the hydraulic handbrake.
Alright,
I'll explain why I'm frustrated about installing the hydraulic handbrake and why I'm thinking of returning everything to stock so we won't use it for drift day. Alright, basically, I think you get it inside the car, my handbrake is here. From this handbrake, I have 2 fittings coming out, one for the input and one for the return. And basically, I took these things directly from the ABS unit. Basically, I'm making a bypass between the master cylinder and the ABS unit. I put my hydraulic handbrake in between. To do this, I used the simplest method. I got the kit directly from Drift Shop with the 2 hoses, the input and the output, which allow you to plug and play directly into the car's system. The problem is, it's not really plug and play like they say on their website. It's made to fit most vehicles. So you have an inlet hose that's 1.60 meters and a return hose that's 1.80 meters. The inlet at 1.60 meters works fine since the inlet is right here on the master cylinder. The problem is here on the cylinder head it's M12 by 1 and the small fittings they provide, they're not M12 by 1, they're M10 by 1 I think. And that's made for most vehicles. I should have ordered a specific fitting from their website, which I did later, but it hasn't arrived yet. That's the only thing stopping me from installing my hydraulic handbrake, so I'm a bit frustrated. And as for the other hose, the longer one, the 1.80 meter one, well, unfortunately it's not long enough since it was supposed to reach all the way here, so I did a little DIY fix, and honestly the fix is actually pretty nice. So here I bought a little nut specifically for M12 by 1 brake line ferrules. On Amazon I found a small kit with 4 nuts like this. I made my own little copper brake line at home, you see, which goes here, specifically so I could put the windshield washer reservoir back on top. By the way, the reservoir is 75 liters, I don't know why it's so huge, and you see it comes here. And with some little fittings, the one I showed you plus a nut, well, I was able to connect that to my handbrake, and honestly, I think that's a really clean setup. I'm really proud of it. So right now, basically, I'm stuck. I can't drift with my hydraulic handbrake because I'm missing that M12 fitting, so I'm kind of screwed. It's supposed to arrive in the afternoon, but since I still have a lot to do on the car, I think I'm slowly giving up on the idea of drifting with the hydraulic handbrake because I still need to adjust my turbo pressure and put the door panels back on. I still have a couple of annoying tasks I can't do on the lift and won't film for you. And since the car is on the lift and I need to bleed the brakes because the system is completely open, well, it's a pain. Right now, I feel stuck. And besides waiting for a package that's supposed to arrive today but might not even show up because, well, delivery guys, unfortunately, it's not really an exact science. I used to work in that field, so I know what it's like. That was a long explanation for little, but at least you get what's at stake. It's 3 p.m. now. At 6 p.m. I have to leave the workshop, and tomorrow at 4:30 we need to load the car onto the trailer. Figure out a transition yourself, okay? I don't have the energy anymore. Since the delivery guy probably won't bring the connector, I put the original hose back, reassembled everything, and used a 104 wheel on my OM 605 engine to pressurize the circuit with the Easy Bleed. Whoa. 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 Anyway, this is the famous Easy Bleed. You pressurize it using a car wheel, you lift your car, you open your 4 bleeder valves, and you just completely bleed your brake system. I think it's awesome. Let's go. I need to hurry. Alright, now that I've done my little brake bleed by putting my original hoses back on thanks to this Mottle brake fluid, well, I got a free catch can for the oil vapors from my breather. Vapor. And why do I want to do this thing, you ask me? Well, it's simple. Basically, an engine naturally builds up pressure and the oil heats up. When the oil heats up, it forms something similar to water condensation. It rises, it sticks to the walls, and then, well, you've got an oil separator called a breather, and originally it's oil vapor that turns back into liquid, so it becomes oil again, and it goes into the intake of your turbo. It greases everything and makes it filthy. It's disgusting, so I've gotten rid of all of it. So, well, I got a little water hose from a Peugeot 106, a 1.4 liter, you see, that looks like this. I connected it to my original breather. You won't see it here because it's behind this big hose. So, the idea is to make a hole of this diameter in the cap. I'm going to attach this thing with zip ties along the long bracket there behind the headlight. And when there's too much oil, it'll go in there. I didn't invent anything. This has been around for a while, but you need Milwaukee or it won't work. You must be sponsored to do this. Use the biggest drill bit you have. I used a 13mm bit to make a hole in the center of the cap. It looks pretty dark. Once you make a hole, you see a 13mm bit is way too small, so you enlarge it however you can, keeping it close to your genitals to ensure if it slips, you won't have kids in this messed up world. Anyway, if I make a kid now, what's gonna happen in 18 years? Yeah, well, no need for that, but honestly, we have to talk about ecology, for real. I'm sorry, but this 250 TD here with 630,000 kilometers is way more eco-friendly than any electric junk out there. Yeah, my hole, that's where I was. Well, maybe not this particular 250 TD, but a 250 TD in general. And then, well, whatever, you get the point. It's now time to do the car's official first start and unofficially the second start because, well, I already started it last night, obviously, so now I'm supposed to act surprised? Nah, I'm kidding, I don't have time for that. So I'm going to give it a little push. Perfect, yeah, there's no choice. You have to put a 6cm blocks under the front wheels if you want to get the car off the lift. And there are still people who tell me it's not low enough, the car. You see? Whoa, there's almost no battery left. I think it's going to be really nice. No, seriously, just look at the style of this car. So here, well, you have to imagine it, okay? But damn, the fit and everything, it's going to be incredible. You should know that the wide rims will come right up to the edge of the body kit. It's gonna be incredible. And look at that rear, haha. No man, it's amazing, forget about it. Archie is scared. Archie doesn't like diesel. No, yeah, he doesn't like it, right? But yeah, so the plan is, what am I going to do? I'm going to put the interior back together, remove all the stuff lying around, the mess and everything, and without further ado, we'll meet up on the road. Yeah, it's not bad now. At least the noise is much more bearable than before. I swear, it's really good now. So for this session, the goal is going to be to get it to 1.6 bar thanks to the little pressure taps I added in front. The goal is just to let the car warm up a bit. I'll do a quick pull to hit 1.1 bar. Yeah. The sound is 20 times better than before, but driving this car is still scary. It freaks me out a bit since it's the first time it's moved since we did the exhaust and since I worked on it, so it's always a bit nerve-wracking. Yeah, 1 bar 1. I love this car, damn. It's such an insane thrill. Okay, Wow, it's not warm. I just gave the valve one turn. We'll see what kind of pressure gain that gives us. The point of the valve is to create a leak at the wastegate. And since the wastegate is what regulates our turbo pressure, if there's a leak, it doesn't know what pressure we're at, so it can't regulate properly. Oh, that's way too much. The needle went up twice as fast, guys. No way. So we have to be careful. We shouldn't go much above 1.6 bar. That's what Sean Tracy said. Wow, it's working. Ha, 1.7. There, it was about 1.7. Whew, so how much should we take off? A third of a turn, something like that? Yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be really nice. A real build. Hello? Hello, Peter. Hello, Anthony. How are you? Peter from the United Driver channel. So, Peter and I coming here was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, a bit on a whim, you know? Actually, I sent a message to Peter. I told him I wanted to drift, but it seemed over. He said to wait, then on Discord told me about a date and to book it because he was free, so I booked it last minute. Yeah, last minute. Tomorrow I'm taking the plane, so, seriously, I'm even paying taxes on top of that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Well, I'll put his social media in the description, and right here, don't hesitate to check out what he does. He drifts. I didn't invite him because he does motocross. I figured if I'm going to drift with zero experience, I should do it with someone who knows how to drift. I only started last week, but check out what he does. He's clearly more than just trying.
Alright, we're going to have fun now. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be fun, yeah, actually.
I'm mainly looking forward to seeing your first lap to gauge your level.
The level, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know.
And above all, to see the machine too. And you promised I could go afterward. But of course,
You're on the list of drivers, right?
So, that's going to be cool.
So right now, the car is being fine-tuned. You saw it at the beginning of the video, it's still a bit rough. So it's going to be a test day, you're going to help me test the car.
and after that, well, I don't call myself a driver, but I'll try to correct you to help you out with certain things when it comes to driving. And then I'll also tell you about improvements, things you could change on the car. That's what I'm here for. But just to be clear, I'm not a driver.
I have experience and can advise you, but I'm not a professional.
I have around 6 hours of experience. No, it's fine. We're using a basic setup here, which is actually good for learning. It's got a welded diff.
Yeah.
Small turbo just to have a bit of boost anyway.
You don't have your original front axle.
Original front axle plus coilovers just to lower it.
We'll see if that causes us problems or if the car will skid a lot. With Mercedes, the angle is usually fine.
It usually steers well.
So it should work. And no hydraulic handbrake.
No hydraulic handbrake yet. I should have it, but tracking shows it's still out for delivery since yesterday.
To learn, you're better off without it.
That's what I thought, because otherwise...
It's the easy way out. You see, you'll always tend to use it. And when there are times you don't need it, well, you'll be like, I don't know what to do. It's better for you to learn without it, and then, as soon as you get the hang of it, boom, you unlock the upgrade, hydraulic handbrake.
So, well, here we are at Castellet, for those who recognize the setting. We're in the south, near Marseille, between Marseille and Toulon.
And nice accent.
I heard it's pretty good for learning.
Yeah.
It's good.
We're going on a wet track already.
Yeah, wet track.
So, it's dry, you don't pick up much speed. Yeah, actually, it's longer than when it's dry, so you have more time to break it down, to understand your movement and your mistake if you made one.
That's the advantage. There are very few gravel traps here, apparently. No, but there are walls, right? And there are walls. That's what scares me a bit, so we'll see.
We'll start simple. You don't gain much speed. It's tough, really.
We'll let the car warm up a bit, and then we'll go. I'm really pumped. Alright, are you ready? Yeah. It's now, right?
We're going to have fun. You've never driven on the range? No.
Never.
Take a lap around a roundabout to understand the track and how I can help you. I'll try to point out where we can possibly focus.
I'm starting to feel stressed now. Here we go.
Honestly, the track isn't very fast and we don't go fast, but you'll love the wide parabola up there. It's the best place to practice. You can't do everything there though. That's why I told you I wanted us to come to DriftnFun, because these are the best days to learn drifting or to come test a new car. You're chill, you're relaxed, wet road, you're all alone.
I'm really happy.
Cool that you're getting into cars.
A reconnaissance lap later.
Well, listen, just do what feels right. Now, I'll watch you do it and then I'll tell you.
Well, okay, very good. I'm glad I saved it, honestly.
That's what happens when I go too early.
Go ahead.
No, harder, more left. Speed.
Okay.
Suit. Yeah.
I'm scared.
Got scared. Wait.
Wait. Gas? Gas. Wait, damn. Over there. Yeah. Fine. Great. So here, well, you see you're coming in a bit too fast like that. If you could use your left foot to gently touch the brakes, that would be great.
Okay, yeah.
Don't hesitate to brake to slow the car while sliding.
So-
hold the drift and don't enter the next corner too quickly.
Wow, that's so funny, man.
It's fine, it'll work out, I'm not worried.
Yeah, it reeks, man. I'm so happy.
It's fine, the car is cool, it's in better shape than my SC430. SC403, stay on the outside always. Slow it down and initiate. Yeah, a little too much, yeah. Here we go, throttle up. There you see, you're still coming in a little too fast.
Okay, alright, so...
You're relaxed, so no need to build speed. You'll pick up speed as you go. Go ahead, initiate. No, stronger over there, that's it. You see how quickly you pick up speed?
There? Yeah, go on.
To the right, turn to the right. You opened up your angle again.
There, yeah.
You put yourself at an interesting angle, but then went the other way. No, leave it. Less, just a little less, you see.
You need to reassure your brain that it's normal.
It's normal, you're sliding. When... What do you think about the student? He rushes into things, he listens to about half of the information, but it'll work out, I'm confident. He's going a bit too fast, actually, he wants to skip steps, but when he really listens to what I say, it's perfect. All right, Peter is going to give us a little demonstration. I want to see how it goes with someone who knows how to do it better, you know.
Yeah, as a passenger, it really pushes, man. There's a noticeable delay. It kicks in really late, as you saw. Man, it's so cool to be a passenger in your own ride. It's awesome. Yeah, I want to do this all day. What do you think? It kicks in late, huh?
It kicks in late, huh? We can take it when we leave.
It kicks in late and it ends late.
Even the frame is something else.
Yeah, that's true.
It's funny, it doesn't trigger the brake or the brake.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I think he's got a bit of left foot braking in him.
Yeah, too bad, not enough angle. Yeah.
I got it. I understood what you meant. Yeah, easy.
Ah ouais.
It's cool how smoothly the car follows as you slowly straighten the wheel.
That's perfect throttle and steering synchronization. That's it?
Allez!
Les gens ne savent pas drifter, toujours quand tu filmes.
What is that? What is he doing?
What is the man doing? We haven't discussed it yet. No, that's...
She recognizes me. I have the same logo on my 505.
Yeah, I think so. This is funny because a customer challenged me. He called last Sunday wanting coilovers. I agreed, but then he said he was driving Saturday, which surprised me.
You're tense?
Man, for custom stuff with custom spring rates and everything, I said, look, if you're up for it, we'll give it a shot and I'll bring them to you at the track. He said, go ahead, I'm up for it.
I said, well, let's go. Look.
He's installing them right now.
The guys are really fired up, though. That's it. He's installing them now. There. Your thing looks pretty cool, though.
Well, listen, I'm trying, you know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. If there are guys who are interested in custom shock absorbers or big brake kits, I have my own brand. Just send us a message on Instagram or whatever. He'll put all your info in the description. We're happy to respond to your request and are affordable. Take advantage of it. We also do 4x4s.
Yeah, careful.
A good salesman.
No, but the challenge is crazy, though.
Well, I admit I sweated a bit, though. I was wondering if I would get them in time. And in the end, I received them on Thursday.
That is this afternoon.
He's going to have a real chassis.
He's driving with... Yeah, incredible. So...
For the setup, he's going to try to dial them in.
Find them.
It's going to take a lot of time.
Find them.
He's making a basic adjustment, but he'll be driving this afternoon.
Damn.
That's cool.
Funny, there's no steering wheel, but what's happening? The guy...
He shows up as a visitor, gets into a Lexus and goes for it. Unbelievable. Dude.
Unbelievable.
There you go, Toyota Lexus. Now I'm comfortable.
Yeah, there.
I feel good.
So this is an IS200 for those who are wondering. Switch to turbo, low boost turbo.
Yeah, 0.3 of a bar.
And apparently, Peter tells me that's enough.
Yeah, we have the external wastegate, but it's really funny.
Well, big thanks to the owner. I don't even know him that well, but it's awesome. Seriously, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, for starters, it's a different vibe. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. There you go.
It's really a different vibe here.
This is real drifting.
You see? But I see it, yeah? You come into the entry there, papa, yeah?
I'm much more comfortable here. I have a hydraulic handbrake, a small chassis with wings, a big angle, and some camber.
It really is inspiring, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Oh!
Yes. No, come on, no!
But now we'll go wherever you want.
Behind the letters of sun, there's the eye of the tiger, like this, coming back here.
That doesn't move anymore.
Incredible!
It's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Now that's dancing.
Yeah, but here.
Now that's dancing right there. No.
Since you're riding with me. Yeah. So you can really see what a little Japanese car like this can do.
Yeah, like I said, you can feel that it's super responsive, right? With... I'm not there.
But I'm telling you again to touch my heart. You see, like now, it's beating hard.
It's killing me, man. Alright guys, I'm really starting to enjoy drifting. Subscribe to the channel, okay, if you haven't already, because I think we'll have more days like this. Yeah, I think we'll do more of these. Wait, me?
I'm gonna follow you pretty closely when I get my key and everything. I'm really pumped.
To end this day in the most ridiculous way, Anthony was suddenly filled with confidence and invited Peter, the solo driver, to ride with him so he could see his progress.
Well, I don't even know what time it is. 3:30 p.m. So since this morning, 9 o'clock or so, I've been drifting.
Yeah.
I think I've improved.
Well, listen, we'll see about that.
So, I haven't become a pro drifter.
If he messes up, I'll give him a smack on the head.
Right there, on the helmet.
You'll see, that'll calm him down real quick. Yeah, that's it. That's what you want to see. Big turns of the wheel to the right there. There you go. That...
You can tell you get it, because...
When she goes too far outside, I notice you making big right moves, which is exactly what I wanted.
This morning my brain was like, oh wow, what's happening? Yeah, that's it.
No, it's good now. Very good. I see you making big steering inputs up top. There you go. Yeah, the transfer. Good, good, good. Right there.
It's in the blue right there, I think.
It's okay. Very good, that's very good. Yes, it's much better than this morning. Yeah.
You see, it's not, yeah.
Nothing to do with it. And actually...
I'm starting to trust the car, too.
There, perfect for breathe, breathe. Go on, go for the outside now to the right there. Come on, send the 400 again. Perfect. Very good. Very, very good. That... There you go, the big steering input. Did you see how little time I had?
I wanted to impress Peter, but I'm too proud of myself inside.
No, you can't.
You can. But your advice was really helpful, you know.
Listen, that's what we're here for.
Right? Thanks.
Man, my pleasure.
Peter, I'm exhausted. I think you can see the tiredness on both our faces. Look, it's terrible. It's horrible.
It's tiring.
Right? Thank you so much. My pleasure. It was really nice. I think your advice was very, very helpful to me. Helped me a lot. It's tiring.
It's intense.
What do you think? If you could give advice to those who are watching?
You see, don't try to rush things. Focus on just one turn and take it slow. Don't try to go too fast. Don't skip steps. That's what...
clicked for me this morning. telling myself, I do the big sweeping corner, I tried to let it go little by little, all that stuff. So you understand the techniques, so you tell yourself, but if it works here, it works over there.
And then
It kind of happens on its own, actually.
you just have to do it. That's it. Don't try to impress people on the track. Don't try to impress yourself. Don't skip steps. Take it easy. Focus. You're here to chill and learn. But actually, you've made good progress compared to this morning. This morning, you were erratic and jerking the wheel.
Yeah, it was jerky.
Once it started sliding, I'm not sure why you tried to straighten it, but earlier you gave it good steering inputs to get it back on angle, and that made me happy.
It's smoother too, you see.
A lot smoother, yeah.
He was saying, yeah, you're not cutting the corner enough there, cut it a bit more. If you're scared to try this, I get it. I used to think it looked cool but was intimidated by not knowing how. The pressure, the people behind you. But that pressure isn't real. Everyone started out the same way. Even when you spin out and everything, the people behind slow down, they let you pass, they give you a sign and all that. It's all good-natured, you see, it's really nice. On that note...
Peter, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you.
Thanks again.
Have a good trip.
Thank you. Follow his adventures. We've said it 25 times already, but still...
The links are in the description.
There you go. We'll end the day easy with a few short sessions, then head back. I've got a 3-hour drive ahead. Honestly, I don't feel like it, but it'll be fine.
All right, we're off again. Bye.
Wow, what an adrenaline rush yesterday was. It was absolutely crazy, wild. I recommend it to everyone, not necessarily to build yourself a drift car, you know, but just to do a drift driving course. There are associations, events, companies that organize these things. I admit not everyone has millions. And I think it's really the thing to do. Learning to control a car that's sliding is totally counterintuitive, and that's what makes it so thrilling. So yeah, I really recommend it to everyone. If you get the chance to build an inexpensive rear-wheel drive car to learn drifting on an open day like this, it's even better and a lot of fun. As I mentioned in the video, it was really the kind of day where I didn't feel in danger or like I was putting myself at risk. Others didn't put me in danger either. Everyone was really going at their own pace. It was super enjoyable. So a big thank you to DriftnFun for allowing us to take part in this kind of day. It was just extraordinary, and honestly, just that was amazing. I'm not exactly emotional, but a little bit. Part 1 of the drifting project is now done. We drifted the car and saw what it could do. So we also saw that there are quite a few little mechanical things we can improve. But yeah, I'm just proud to say that the car I built, the car we modified with my friends, it held up, it's still here. Absolutely nothing broke, whether it was the engine, the chassis. The welds I did on the control arms, nothing snapped. The differential, the drive shafts, everything is still there. We just have a dirty car, but everything is still there. And that's already completely crazy. Anyway, the next step for the car will be the bodywork, making the car really beautiful and desirable, as you've probably guessed, for Ultrace 2025. That would really be my #1 goal with this car, to allow it to return to its homeland in the sense that it was Poland that made me want to build this car. So yeah, I would really like, to get that same trailer that I actually rented from AutoHV in Bourg-le-Valence. There you go, a little shout out to my friend. So he rents that, he rents a tow truck, he rents a lot of cars. Anyway, same thing, I'll put his links in the description because once again, he saved my life. He's the one who made it possible for me to get this car all the way to Le Castellet. And that's it, the goal is just to do exactly the same combo and go all the way to Poland. So the car has to be perfect. And once the bodywork is done, I really want to show the car, to do some events, and I think this summer we'll travel around France a bit to try drifting with this car. So a huge thank you to everyone who followed the project. It really means a lot. It's not over, there's still some big stuff coming. I'm sorry, I tend to ramble, but it's emotional to have made it this far with this car. And also, if you didn't know, I have a shop, perriercitron.fr, where you can find stickers dedicated to this car, and I think we're going to bring back the little RS3 t-shirts. I'm going to do a small production run again. So I'll just play right here. Hello, and well, thank you for your support. Big hugs and see you very soon for a video. I lost my way down, running back from the road. I chose to roast today. I didn't know why I didn't feel right. I go from the fight. Game together. Now I'm going to see my name. Okay, back. Okay, this is the only mind. Be careful. Right, back. Big stacks. Feeling same. I feel that.
You know why they be calling me filthy, right? I came from the gutter. Now maybe I explode. Speak on my name. Don't you take cover.
On payback.
Remember with blood those who cursed at me, those who doubted me. I earned big stacks. You playing this game, you looking insane, and I think you know that. If money is innocent, my vision is blurred. In my head, it's green. Pay for my gold is gold. The color is the rhythm of money and flow.